our child, Joanna? Was it a boy or a girl? I suppose it doesn't matter.
A gold-digging wife decides to murder her wealthy husband for the inheritance. Dumps an entire vial of pufferfish toxin straight into a glass of red wine. She is barely halfway through pouring when her husband Clint walks in right behind her. He doesn't notice a thing, just picks up both glasses and carries them to the dinner table. Clint's in a great mood tonight. He knocks back a few big sips and reaches over to clink glasses with Joanna. Joanna freezes. She has no idea which glass is poisoned anymore. She panics and makes up an excuse. Time of the month, can't drink. Clint waves it off and tells her red wine is great for circulation. Drink up. So Joanna raises her glass with a shaking hand and barely taps his. Then it happens. Clint's hands start violently trembling. His face goes rigid. The glass shatters in his grip. He realizes what his wife just did, but it is already too late. The toxin shuts down his breathing. He drops to the floor like a heart attack took him out, struggles for a few seconds and goes still. The second Clint is dead. Joanna calls her lover Kurt to share the good news. The two of them had been planning this for a while. Take out Clint, take his money, and disappear together. The police show up. Joanna doesn't even flinch. She plays the grieving widow and refuses a standard autopsy, claiming it was a sudden cardiac event. And the medical examiner on call Kurt. The whole thing feels like it was already written, but then Kurt spots something on the floor. A small veal leftover puffer fish toxin. Joanna forgot to grab it. The cops find that, they're both done. Kurt shoots her a look. Joanna gets it immediately. She fakes a headache, clears the room, and Kurt pockets the evidence before anyone sees a thing.
You've got to relax. You've got to keep it together. And you've got to think straight. You understand that? I love you, baby.
Next step, burial. Joanna picks the cheapest, flimsiest coffin on the lot, partly to save money, mostly because she wants Clint in the ground as fast as humanly possible. The funeral is rushed. She squeezes out a few tears anyway, fools everyone in the room. That night, a storm rolls in. Thunder, lightning, pouring rain. Joanna and Kurt are celebrating in the villa's hot tub, toasting their perfect murder. They're completely wrapped up in each other. Neither one of them notices what is brewing in the dark. The rain gets heavier. Water seeps through the cracks of that cheap coffin and drips onto Clint's face. And he wakes up. Turns out when Clint walked in on Joanna mid-pour, she only got half the toxin into the glass. Just enough to drop him, not enough to kill him. And that flimsy bargain bin coffin, once the rain soaked through, it got soft enough for Clint to punch a hole straight through it. One thought in his head, survive, get out. Yet even after hours of fighting through 6 feet of mud, Clint claws his way out of the ground. Clothes shredded, body wrecked, barely standing, he doesn't go straight for Joanna. Instead, he sneaks into the basement while the two of them are out, his old workspace hidden somewhere they'd never think to look. He is going to rest, recover, and plan. And when the time comes, he is going to make it count. While he is lying low, he sneaks upstairs at night to raid the fridge, and he listens. From the shadows, he pieces together two things. One, Joanna secretly terminated multiple pregnancies behind his back, making sure she'd have zero ties to him. Two, they're already moving to sell his construction company and the villa, take every last dollar, and fly to Los Angeles. Every word hits like a knife. Clint is done hesitating. As a veteran construction contractor, he knows machinery and building structure better than anyone. And the basement is full of hardware, tools, materials. That is all he needs. He is going to gut this villa from the inside and turn it into one massive, deadly trap. He is going to lock them in, let them feel the fear, and then finish it himself. A few days later, the hunt begins. Joanna just got back from the lawyer's office with the inheritance paperwork. She has barely had a second to feel good about it when she notices muddy boot prints all over the bathroom floor. Clint left them there on purpose. She completely loses it, calls Kurt in a panic, gets his voicemail. Then things get stranger. The dog starts growling at her, hackles up, teeth out, like she is the intruder. Joanna digs a shotgun out of the closet and racks a shell. The second she raises the barrel, a figure steps out of nowhere, heavy armor, full mask, Clint. She pulls the trigger on instinct. The recoil sends her flying backward down the stairs. She hits the floor unconscious. Step 1 done. Now Kurt just needs to show up, and the real game can begin. Sure enough, Kurt comes through the door calling Joanna's name, already palming a syringe loaded with toxin. His plan was never to run away with her. He is going to quietly put her down and keep everything for himself. He searches the house. No Joanna, but he finds the cash. Doesn't think twice. Grabs the bag and heads for the door. Hears something coming from the basement. Goes down to check. Joanna is already awake by this point. The basement is dark. She hears someone coming and assumes it is the masked figure. Grabs a bat and swings from behind. Snatches the bag and makes a run for it. She gets to the door. Clint locks it from the outside before she can take a single step. She looks back. The person she just knocked out is Kurt. They try everything, every door, every window, every angle. Clint has already thought of all of it. They're not getting out. Then Joanna spots the syringe on the floor, picks it up, connects the dots. He was never going to take her with him. She was always just the fall guy. They go at each other right there in the basement. The basement door swings open. They stop. Getting out matters more right now, but when they step out, they stop dead. The entire house has been rebuilt around them. Walls of wood planks everywhere, turning every hallway into a maze. They split up trying to navigate it, and a hidden mechanism separates them instantly. Clint finds Kurt first. Kurt assumes it is the sheriff messing with him, offers to split the cash, syringe already gripped behind his back, ready to strike. It's close enough to see the face under the mask. It is Clint, the man he watched get buried. Kurt's legs give out, he spins to run, slips, and the needle drives itself straight into his own body as he hits the floor. Joanna hears the scream. She is shaking. Clint steps out of the shadows just long enough to spook her, and she scrambles into a narrow passage trying to hide. It is the coffin he built for her. She starts to call out for help, then hears his voice on the other side. She goes quiet, stops fighting.
Our child, Joanna, was it a boy or a girl? I suppose it doesn't matter.
That night, Clint opens the lid long enough to throw Kurt's body in with her, nails it shut. Her screams echo through the walls. He doesn't hear them. He soaks the villa in gasoline and lights it up. The fire takes the house he built with his own hands and every trace of what happened inside it. The next morning, Clint tidies up his gravesite until it looks completely undisturbed. The sheriff tracks the fire back here and finds him. Not a flicker of surprise on his face, like he already knew. He doesn't reach for his cuffs, just tells Clint to get out of town and start over somewhere new.